As an admin, one of the first things you will want to do is add a collector to your team. To do so, click on the Settings tab at the top of the screen, followed by Collectors Employees. This will take you to a screen where you can manage collectors and employees and add new employees to the system. The required information you will want to type in will be a username and a password for your collector. For this example, we will type in user2 and a password of 1234. There are no restrictions to the number of characters or the complexity of the password. However, we recommend typing something secure that your collector can remember. Next, select a user group that your collector will belong to. The basic ones you will use will be user, superuser, and admin. Admins will have access to everything in SimplicityCollect, whereas superusers will have a little less access, like a supervisor in your company. Users will be the most basic type that you will use for your collectors. These will grant them the least access to the software, simply being able to pull up accounts, add notes, and add payments to accounts. In a moment, we will talk about how to edit what a user group has access to. You can also type in common information such as the collector's first and last name, their job title, their employee type if they are just a collector, on the sales team, or an admin for your company. You can type in their email, phone number, commission rate, and even the start and end date of their time with your company. The Is Enabled box allows the collector to sign in. If for any reason you need to disable their access immediately, you can uncheck this option. This will automatically log them out of their account and give them an error message letting them know that they need to talk to their company admin. On the right, you could limit their access hours as well as what time zone they're in, and you can block access on the weekends. You can also set their account to automatically log out after a certain number of minutes of inactivity. You can further restrict their account in the Account Access Control area by limiting their access to only their own accounts rather than all accounts in the system, or access to certain clients only. If you would like to select more than one client, you can Control-click to select multiple ones. At the bottom, you will also see an option for IP address access control. This will make it so that your collector can only access SimplicityCollect from specific IP addresses, particularly one from work. This will keep them from logging into SimplicityCollect elsewhere, such as on their phone or at home. Lastly, you can add or edit an image for that collector by clicking the Add Edit Image button here. This will allow you to choose a file from your computer for that collector. When you are finished, click the Insert New Employee button at the bottom, and your collector will be added to the list on the left. You can edit employees by clicking on their username on the left. Their information will populate in the middle of the screen and allow you to update or delete their account. We do not recommend deleting users from the system, as this will remove their name from any notes, reports, and so on. If a particular collector leaves your company, we recommend that instead you disable their account by unchecking the Is Enabled box. If you are editing a collector and wish to add a new employee, you can click the Add New Employee button on the left to have a new collector employee screen appear. Lastly, we will talk about how to change the access options for each user group. Go to Settings, followed by Manage User Groups. This will take you to a screen where you can view and edit group access. For example, we will configure the user group User by clicking on the gear icon here. This will open a list called User Group Rights, and we can check or uncheck options that you would like them to have access to. For example, I would prefer my users to have access to adding financial transactions, so I will check this option here. I would also like them to not have access to changing the debtor's client, so I will uncheck this box. When I am finished, I will click Save Group Rights. Any collectors that are in that user group will have these options changed for the next time they log in. Simply have them log out and log back in to see the changes. These last two user groups, User Notes Edit and Client User, allow additional options such as allowing users to edit notes along with these user group rights, and client user is typically used for companies that would like their client to be able to log into Simplicity and view some basic information. Should you ever wish to add even more user groups, you can do so by typing in a name at the bottom and clicking Add New Group. For our example, we will type in User2 and click Add New Group. You will see this new group added at the bottom of the groups list. If we click on Configure Group, you will see an option to both save the group rights as well as delete the group. If you have any collectors assigned to a user group, and you delete that user group, the collectors will automatically be reassigned to the group User instead. The basic user groups User, Superuser, Admin, User Notes Edit, and Client User cannot be deleted from the system.